Welcome back to LPB Racing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we hope you enjoy the content that you're about to see. LPB Racing presents the LPB N300 Touring Series. This is round 4, race 3 from Blue Moon Speedway. Hi everyone, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the LPB N300 Touring Series here on GTSport. This is round 4, race 3 of the special event. We are at Blue Moon Bay Speedway for this one, so a longer oval, bit more top end speed to this. So let's go through the grid then for this race. So it is Thundercats on pole position from the reverse grid with Will in second. Then we have TY down in third place. We've got fourth for Firepower in the Crown Athlete, with Scott fifth in the Type R. Pash is sixth in the Ford Focus with the Crown Athlete of Nifty in seventh. Unforgiven is in eighth in the Focus ST with Sarex in his Focus ST in ninth. Then we've got Neil in 10th. In the Civic Type R, with Techno in 11th in the M3. Then we've got 3 Crown Athletes at the back with Domingo, Bidster and Twerdy at the back of the grid. So then, let's get on with this race then. So we're going to get looking at Sarex's car so we can get a good view of the start. Revs will rise in a moment. We've got Sarex starting in second gear, so trying a different tactic there with the front wheel drive, and off we go. And it's a good start for the rear wheel drive cars. The front wheel drive cars just scrambling for grip over the first few 100 metres. We're down towards the first corner we go, and we've got Will taking the lead. Firepower's trying to come alongside Thundercats as well. The BMW not making the best of starts compared to the Crown Athletes, but Will's in the lead and Thundercats second, and Automatic Racing 1-2. Everyone else into turn 1 and out of it. Scott's in the middle of a bit of a sandwich there with the Crown Athlete of Domingo on the outside. He tucks in behind Firepower and Ninja together as well. Ninja on the outside of Firepower. He's in the draft of the other cars as we go down to turn 3. There's everyone else. Twerdy further back with Scott on the outside as well. Down to the last corner. Let's sorry guys, let's switch up the camera view a little bit, see if we get some better cameras. Through the last corner, there's Will. Thundercats, Nifty, everyone else at the corner. Twerdy on the inside of a few of the cars there as well. There's Twerdy in the Crown Athlete. Let's try this camera again. Yeah, we'll stick with these ones. These ones will be fine. As we go into the first corner, we see there Thundercats on the inside of Will. Thundercats takes the lead in the BMW of the 2 Automatic Racing Invisible Glass cars. So Thundercats goes a bit wide, but he's alright. He tucks in behind he tucks in front of his teammate. Further back in the pack, we've got all sorts happening. We've got the Ford Focuses alongside each other of Unforgiven and Sarex. We've got Scott on the outside. Bidster's coming up now in the Crown Athlete as well. Bidster's on the move, but he's going to try and make it 3 wide, almost down into turn 2. Oh, everyone nose to tail. Bit of NASCAR bumping and boring there, but luckily front wheel drive, so they all hold the road quite well. Into the last corner, little lift on the way in, tap of the brakes to stabilise the car, and straight back on the power, but Unforgiven goes into the wall here, and he tucks in behind Bidster. Bidster then tucks in behind Sarex. Further down, we have Techno and Nifty together. Domingo's 4th. Thundercats is pulling away. What's happened to Will? Will's down in 5th place now. Something's happened to Will. He's gone down to 6th, so he must have had an incident at the last corner somewhere and lost time. He's now got Sarex on his inside as well. Will's getting eaten alive here. Bidster on the outside line going top heavy into the corner. Sometimes the outside line does work out better, but look at Thundercats pulling away out front. The BMW pulls away, so Thundercats obviously not no stranger to an oval with him being being an American, so he's no stranger to an oval. Nifty Dark Ninja's not bad on ovals either. He's in second place in his Crown Athlete. The Jaffa car is in second, ahead of Techno in the BMW in third. The Skittles car in the BMW for this round. Remember, this is a double points race, guys. I didn't mention it at first, sorry about that, but this race is a double points race, so everything counts here. Everything that you can do to try and get an advantage. Sarex then in 7th place. Will right behind Twerdy now. Bump drafting down the straight. So NASCAR style in a NASCAR looking car, because it's quite a boxy shape, the Crown Athlete. Into the first corner. Doesn't bother to go for a move just yet. Further back we've got Bidster and Unforgiven alongside each other as well. The Crown Athlete goes wide. The Ford Focus goes on the inside line. Should get a better run out of the corner, but Bidster comes across, little tap mirror to mirror, and Unforgiven folds in. He's got Scott right behind him. There's Pash, Neil, TY and Firepower at the back of the grid. back to the front. Thundercat's still pulling away out front, but Nifty's still got the draft. Techno is under attack from Domingo in his Crown Athlete in the Papa Smurf racing car. So Techno under pressure here from Domingo behind into the last corner. Nicely flowing through the corners. They see the Crown Athletes just starting to step out around the mid corner. The back end goes a bit lighter and not as good of a chassis. Suspension's a bit more soft as well, so it does roll a bit more in the corners. Leaves a lot more of the rear end shake that you see. The front wheel drive cars are probably a bit more suited to this. I know it's not a lot of work on the front wheels, but the rear end can just go and do what it wants. It's not under any power, it's just along for the ride. As meanwhile, Nifty Dart Ninja and Techno make contact out in front. Techno fastest lap of the race so far. Nifty gives him a hip and shoulder into the side, but Techno's trying to get in the draft, but Nifty's got the draft of Thundercats and pulls away, and he brings Domingo with him. And Domingo are now going for a move into third place on the inside. Long left-hander, shorter as the crow flies on the inside, but Nifty will keep the momentum around the outside into the last corner. Just because you're on the inside on an oval doesn't mean you're getting past, but Nifty Dart Ninja has to give way to Domingo here. But then look, Domingo gets a massive slide mid-corner and Nifty sticks to the outside line. Racing room is being given there by Domingo. Very fair racing indeed. And Techno now looking to try and squeeze through as well. He's in Nifty's draft. He's trying to squeeze them both along. And this is all going to help Thundercats pull away here. So good to see Thundercats up at the front of the field. He usually struggles down the back end of the field or sometimes back to mid. But really good to see him up front in this one and showing them all how it's done on the ovals. As we go out of the first corner, we've got Cyrex and Bidster alongside each other as well. The Crown Athlete trying to stick with the others, but Will's there as well. Will's trying to get back up the order as well. They've got a bit of a gap. Unforgiven, Pash and Scott alongside each other as well, but we'll go back to this battle up, further up. Nifty having a look at Techno here. Domingo goes wide on the outside line, but he's okay, probably just trying to project himself off the corner into turn 3. And Twitty goes very tight on the inside there. Techno catches the AstroTurf on the inside, loses some momentum, and this could help the Crown Athletes come through. He tries to go defensive to the left-hand side of the tracks. The first corner's a left-hander, but again, defending on an oval doesn't always work. You've just got to try and defend with the line, with whatever line works best for you, really. Depends on what your car likes. But he's still a BMW 1-2, even though they're different teams, as Techno lights up the rear end as he slides into the corner. And and then Domingo gives him a little helping hand there, just a little bit of a help with the drift, but Domingo goes through nonetheless, and he should be in the draft of Thundercats just ahead of him. And Nifty's on the inside as well. So the Crown Athletes have left the BMW now. They're alongside each other. The Nifty Dart Ninja Jaffa Cake's car on the inside. 87 versus 44 here. Out of the corner. They're not teammates. Remember, the different teams, but they're roughly the same colours. Twitty now makes it 4 wide on the inside. Twitty makes it 4 wide. Oh my word. Twitty is mad, but it all works out okay. Domingo holds it around the outside of everyone as Techno gets shuffled out there, and now he's in the draft of Nifty again, trying to get down the inside. 3 wide again. Will we see 4 wide again? Down to turn 1. Incredible race so far. Twitty then looking to the inside of everyone. Domingo holding the outside line. Techno, the piggy, in the middle here. But Twitty holds on. Was the contact there? I'm not sure, but there's contact. And Techno goes off into the wall. And we have a penalty on the car. I think as then see Twitty gets hip and shoulder there from Ninja. And now the 2 Jaffa Cakes cars are coming through the field. Bids is caught up as well as Will and everyone else. And they're all trying to help each other out now. They're all trying to draft each other. Bidster's got the fastest lap of the race, 56.9 on lap 5 as well. Extra 2 points, sorry, in Bidster's bag with the double points on offer here. Domingo with a little bit of a penalty for the contact with Techno, which wasn't really his fault, but Domingo slides wide, and again Twitty goes to the inside line. Nifty in the middle, Bidster in the middle as well. Everyone everywhere. Cyrex hits the wall on the outside. That's going to let Will and Techno go through. They're 3 wide as well. What a race this is. Down towards turn 1. Oh, we're only on lap 9 of 21 as well. Domingo holding the outside line. The 2 Jaffa Cakes cars on the inside. Into turn 1. Got to be careful here to not lose traction, but that's exactly what Nifty Dart Ninja does. And Bidster goes through into second place. But now he's going to lose momentum, and Domingo goes back through on the outside line. Remember, Domingo doesn't have to get rid of that penalty because it is a track. It is not a track limits penalty because it's a collision penalty. He doesn't have to serve it, and it won't count at the end anyway. So Domingo then trying to hold on with Twirdy behind, Bidster in 4th as well. Cyrex has come up in this as well. The Ford Focus is right in the middle of the battle as well. We've got Nifty on the inside this time. Again, Twerdy and Nifty go for the tight line on the inside. Bidster, Cyrex and King Domingo go high. There's a bit of contact on the way out, but we're okay. Domingo. Then Twerdy in third. He takes third place with Bidster in fourth. And everyone else wanting to be fourth. Everyone across the line at the same time. Will's in this as well. Jim on the outside there in the black car. Bidster goes to the extreme inside of everyone here. Break into the first corner. Twerdy and Domingo, a bit of contact there. Bidster goes through on the inside. Oh, Nifty's been hit by Techno. Nifty's gone round. He's lost the control of the car. Techno's slowing down for him. So Techno doing the honourable thing, slowing down, pulling to one side. And TY thinks, okay, I'll just go that way. I'll just go that way then. But yeah, Nifty gets going again. But unfortunately, Techno then has lost out as well. There was a bit of contact, not quite sure whose complete fault it was. Obviously we saw Techno making the contact, we wasn't sure how it started, but we'll get that in a replay later on probably. But Domingo then slides his way through in third on the outside of Twerdy. Cyrex, Bidster and Will all in there as well. Domingo gets another penalty. He must have got tapped on the back by someone, because you can't do track limits here. So yeah, it's an oval. It's very hard to do track limits on an oval. Down to turn one. Meanwhile, Thundercats, what a lead. If you're going to win your first race with LPB Racing, you need to do it with a massive margin. That's what he's doing. We're halfway through the race though, but never say never, because you never know, he could make a mistake or there could be some kind of disconnection. You never know, so we've got to watch out for that. But Domingo holding on to a strong second with everyone else behind. Twerdy, Will, Cyrex, Bidster. Unforgiven trying to get on the back of this now as well. Then we've got a bit of a gap between Pash, Scott, Neil and TY. They're all having a nice battle as well. The Ford Focus versus the two Hondas and the other Ford Focus at the back of TY. Number 84, the Derby Rams car holds on to 8th place. Scott, number 44, in the Honda. Meanwhile, back up further up front, Domingo's got 44. No, he's number 3, Domingo. Sorry, number 3. Thought it was 44 earlier, but a few cars being pushed out there. Twerdy is in second place still, but everyone's on the outside drafting the way through, or trying to, should I say. Down to turn one. Will goes to the inside of King Domingo, braking on the inside line. Bidster's on the outside of Cyrex as well. Will tries to hold on to the position. There's a bit of body contact, but we're okay. But as we go out the corner, Twerdy goes up the track, but now he goes down the track, and then Domingo tries to follow him and hits Will. So not good there. Needed to be a bit more aware of his surroundings. We're on lap 12 of 21 here at Blue Moon Speedway. Cyrex and Will come to contact, and Domingo then, Domingo comes across and almost takes himself out on Will and Unforgiven there, but down towards the next corner. Unforgiven holding the tight line in the Focus this time. The Focus trying to use the tight line for a change, but you see how it just squirms on entry. Doesn't find it very well as Cyrex goes off the outside of the oval and goes straight round everyone into third place, and Twerdy then holding on to second. Domingo in the middle now, still 3 wide. Incredible race this so far. Further back, Pash, Scott, Neil, TY, all more or less the same order. Back up to the battle up front. Domingo holds on to second place, or does he? Because Twerdy has a look on the inside, but there's no way through for the more power baby car. As Cyrex again goes around the outside. That Focus really enjoying that outside line. Really propels it onto the straight well, but here comes the crown athlete of Bidster. But there is no draft for him to compensate off, so he falls back a little bit, whereas Twerdy's got a draft off Cyrex and Domingo, and Will's got a draft off all 3. So you never know how it's going to work out, as Twerdy has a massive twitch coming out of turn 2. Massive rear end twitch there, just trying to throw the car in too much, a bit like he's there throwing the car in too much, and that's going to ruin his exit. It's fast on the way in, but it's not fast on the way out, and on an oval you need to sacrifice a little bit on the way in for the run down the straight, because that's where you're going to get past. And Unforgiven pulls out on the side of Will, goes down the inside of him, but I don't think that's going to be a way through there. Again, Twerdy goes low on the inside line. And again, Domingo holds on as he slides his way into the corner, and Cyrex goes around the outside of everyone again, and Cyrex goes around the outside of Twerdy, and now he's on the attack of Domingo as well. The Focus really planted here, and also has got a very good driver behind the wheel of Cyrex as well. There's Pash, Neil, Scott and TY. They're all still the same order. I'm really surprised TY hasn't moved up in this, but also I'm surprised that the two Hondas haven't moved up in this, because they should be the cars with theoretically the most power in these with the BOP on. But the Honda not doing too well here, but we'll see how we go later on. Meanwhile, back to the battle up front for second place. But you believe it or not, this is only for second, because Thundercats is way in the lead. There's Thunder. There's the rest behind. Big gap from Thunder. Good consistent lap times as well, keeping it up there and keeping it consistent and clean. That's what you need to do. Domingo to the inside of Bids then, turn 1. Bids will hold the outside line. He'll try and throw the car in, try and get the traction on, and he does. There we go. We've got on board with Bids looking back. You see Domingo and Sarex there as well. Sarex to the inside now of Domingo. Twirly trying to catch up in the draft as well. It's all happening back here. And then we've got Pash, Scott, TY and Neil. Neil's being shuffled out to the back of this group. So TY moves up a place. And Pash still holding off Scott and TY in the Honda and the Ford. Trying to do his best. Meanwhile, Sarex on the inside of Domingo, massive slide there for Domingo. Bids goes wide and almost hits the wall, but gets a good one out the corner. And a few cars get twitchy on the exit there, because remember, as he comes onto the straight, the camber wears off, and you're carrying all this speed with the camber, so you have to sort of counteract it the other way as you come onto the straight. To turn 1, Bids again outside line. Will it work for him, or will Domingo hold on? I think Domingo's going to hold on here. Yes, he does. Domingo holds on and down across the line. Well, not across the line, sorry, but down the straight. And there's Twilly. There's Unforgiven on his own. Pash, Scott, Neil, and TY still all together. TY having to pull to one side. Must be having some kind of lag issue there. So unfortunately, TY having to pull to one side a little bit there, but he should be able to catch up in the draft. And then we've got Techno and Ninja having a good battle further back. Techno's pushing Ninja along. They're going to try and catch up to the back of the field, but I'm not sure if they're going to have enough laps left to do it. Meanwhile, everyone else round the last corner. Domingo now is back into second. Bids is in third. Sarex fourth. Will wanting to be fourth, but having to tuck in behind for the draft. Twirly sixth, just biding his time. Twirly and Unforgiven could actually be in the best place possible for the finish, actually, because if these guys all ahead of them really try and get involved in a massive battle, they're going to really close up on these last few laps, and they'll be in prime position to attack when it comes to the last 2 laps. As Unforgiven just avoiding the wall on the outside in the orange focus with the white stripes down it at the back. He's trying to avoid the walls. There's Domingo and Sarex and Bids. Not necessarily in that order. And there's Will catching up as well. Will's in this and Twirly's in this as well. We go to the inside. Bidster and Sarex go high on the outside. And in towards the last corner. Will on the inside, trying to take everyone that he can, sliding the car around the corner. It's like watching Formula Drift into the straight, but Domingo again, the outside line, you tend to carry more speed onto the straight, so Domingo then keeps ahead, and now we've got Twirly, Will and Sarex all together with Twirly on the inside and Will in the middle into turn 1. Everyone slow down. Sliding the Crown Athletes into the corner. Twirly made a little mistake there. That'll lose him half a second or so onto the next straight. Bidster's in there as well. That 18 of 21. And Thundercats is still in the lead by a massive margin. That's probably a good 4 or 5 seconds to the cars back further back. And on an oval, that is a big gap on an oval. This is a regular gap on an oval. This is just absolutely insane racing here. Will to the inside. Sarex goes wide. Just leaves a little bit of room on the inside. Bidster goes extremely wide as well, just hoping to take a different line and try and take advantage of some mistakes. And again, Bidster to go in the high line, and Twirly going the inside line. Bidster's on the outside now. Will and Twirly will have to watch out for him as they go 3 wide down the straight with Bidster on the outside, but Bidster gets the draft from Sarex and pulls ahead, and Will and Twirly are left to battle it out for 5th and 6th, with Will taking the 5th for now. Handful of laps left into turn 1. Let's look further back. Neil Farmack, Pash, TY Scott all having a raging battle still into turn 1. Back to the guys up front. Sarex on the outside of Domingo. Ghoster on the outside. Bidster going with him as well. Bidster trying to go with him. We've got Will on the inside as well. Oh, it's 3 wide. Twirly's there as well. Quick look back to the other guys. Then we've got Neil Farmack now in 8th place. He's moved up from being at the back of this pack. Scott 9th. Pash 10th. 11th for TY. So the Fords have gone behind the Hondas. But then we've got the Crown Athlete and the BMW closing up of Nifty and Techno. Further up front, Domingo again with more penalty, but again remember at the end of the race that will not count because it's a contact penalty. Through the last corner, Will back into 3rd place, but Sarex now into 2nd, and he's pulling a little gap on the rest. That could be all the gap he needs, but remember he's not in a draft, everyone else is. so they could catch him a bit earlier. Thundercats is out. Thundercats is out of all drafting range. He's fine at the front. He's holding station. Will to the inside of Cyrex. Together. We're okay. There's Domingo getting rid of the rest of the penalty, or trying to. Bids doing the draft. 20 of 21, penultimate lap of the race. Further back we've got another incident further back as Pash has been hit by someone. I'm not sure who it was, but Pash has had a massive twitch. Neil Farmack goes behind. Then we've got Nifty Dart Ninja in there as well. And Techno's gone even further back, so Techno must have been involved in something there. And Nifty and Neil alongside each other into the turn 2, flat out left-hander. Neil using a bit of the AstroTurf on the inside to try and get the grip on the inside of Pash and Scott at the same time. Together into the last corner. Nifty to the inside. Extreme inside for Nifty. Slides that Crown Athlete into the corner. What car control there by Nifty. But now the Honda's going on the outside and now the Fords can pounce. Back to the battle for third place. Sorry, for second place, sorry. Domingo, Will, everyone else in that battle. It could be anyone's race, this. Into turn 1, Domingo on the outside of Will, bids around the outside of everyone with Cyrex right behind him as well. As they go through the corner, Cyrex, a massive fishtail for him. Bids to go through into second place, but has he peaked early? Will he get drafted before the end? We're not quite sure. Everyone else on the straight. Further back, we've got Scott, who comes out that battle in the lead with Pash in 9th, Neil 10th, Nifty 11th. It's all going to happen there, but everyone else is coming towards the last corner, but we can't miss this, guys. Thundercats is about to take his first win in LPB Racing. The guy's been unwell, the guy's fought through illnesses, and he's come back and he's won a race. Well done, Thundercats, a well-deserved maiden win in LPB Racing. Well done to Thundercats. Bidster holds off the rest of the field for second place. Cyrex third, Will fourth, Domingo fifth. An Unforgiven and Twerdy on the line, but it is just Unforgiven from Twerdy. Further back we've got Scott, Nifty and Neil together. Scott's going to take 9th as Nifty and Neil start hitting each other on the straight. Bit aggressive there, but Nifty in 9th, Neil 10th, Pash 11th, TY 12th, Techno 13th, and Firepower will finish in 14th place. What a race that was. Absolutely incredible. Nice finish as well. So guys, we will now go and get the replays of the race, followed by the results and the overall point standings after the special event. Now let's take a look back at some of the best action from Blue Moon Speedway. Okay, here's the first of the replays then, on board with Firepower on lap 2. We're going into turn 1, watch this, we go into turn 1, we brake a bit late, we don't even turn into the corner, we hit Scott, we slide wide, we're still in 6th gear, could do with changing down the gears here, and that's why everyone's passing him. You see you've got Cyrex Unforgiven passing him, and Scott goes back past him, so there's Bids, so just an unfortunate error there from Firepower. Now here's the replay of what happened to Will on lap 2. See, there's a bit of contact there with Bids, and then he goes into the last corner. He's on the inside line, he turns in, but the car just over-rotates and slides, and then he hits the rear on the wall. Very lucky not to spin the car there, Will, and then he rejoins in 5th. And now here's a replay on board with Techno on lap 10 to look at the incident between him and Ninja. So Ninja's on the right of us, we brake, see Will comes across, we brake into the corner, Nifty's already sliding. Then we get going on the power, and then we just hit Nifty in the corner, and yeah, just Techno's fault, just a bit too, just went to the right a bit too much on the acceleration. Nifty hits the wall, and then Techno really should be down right at the bottom because TY has to avoid him, so he should have gone right down to the bottom of the track after if he was going to wait, and then Nifty goes through. Now here's a replay of some action that happened on lap 16. This is looking back at the battle for 8th position. There's 3 wide there, Neil Farmack, Pash and Scott, and they're all side by side into the last corner. And Pash does the switch back on Scott. Neil gets through past all of them. Then they go side by side down the straight. Some brilliant action further back. Then we look, we see Scott pull out the draft. Pash pulls out the draft as well of Neil Farmack. It's all happening down towards the last corner, and you see towards the first corner, and you see TY starting to get involved there as well. Scott moving around left and right into turn 1. Pash on the inside, Neil on the outside, all together as one. Scott locks up the front wheel, and then Pash goes wide out the corner. Bang! There's contact there between Neil and Pash, and as we go down the straight, we see there Neil goes ahead. And now here's a replay of some of the last lap drama from On Board with Unforgiven. Into the last corner we go, last chance to make up places. We break very late, Domingo's on the outside, slides his way through on the outside, but he's going towards the wall. He's going to have to lift in a minute, he catches the wall, sparks it. Will then tucks in for a draft behind Sarix, and then Unforgiven gets the draft off of Domingo and just holds on to Twerdy at the end, and that is how close the finish was on the line between them two. Now let's look at the battle further back for 8th place. This is what happened with the last corner with these lot. Scott's on the outside, Neil Farmack goes round, but then Nifty Down Ninja comes across on us, taps us, we hit the wall a little bit. T-White can't really avoid. Now we're back in the draft with everyone, and we're all alongside each other towards the line. Nifty and Neil make several bits of contact as Nifty squeezes Neil, not really on there, and that could be a penalty for him. So as we come back from the replays, let's now go and look at the results from Blue Moon. So it is Thundercats who takes his first ever victory with LPB Racing. A big congratulations to Thunder, he's been fighting hard for this, well done. Bidster in 2nd place, 10 seconds behind. A big gap for Thunder. Sarix in 3rd. Will is 4th in the Crown Athlete with Domingo 5th. 6th is Unforgiven in the Focus with Twerdy in the Crown Athlete in 7th. 8th for Scott in his Civic, as we go over the page, with Nifty 9th in his Crown Athlete, Civic Type R of Neil in 10th, Pash 11th in the Focus along with TY in 12th, 13th is Techno in his M3, then we have Firepower down in 14th place in his Crown Athlete, and then the fastest lap of the race goes to Bidster on a 56.6. And now we move on to the overall point standings after round 4 of the special event. So it's Bidster in the lead on 166 from Neil Farmack 2nd on 153. Unforgiven's 3rd on 150 with Sarix on 147. 136 for Scott, Pash 1 point behind him in 6th. 7th for Nifty on 120 with 111 for Twerdy in 8th. 9th is Techno on 101 with TY 10th on 95, also with Domingo on 95 as well. 12th Woo Woo on 86, 83 for Will in 13th. 14th is Thundercats, moves up to 69 points with Firepower on 47. In the teams, Jaffa Cakes leads the way on 286 for Skittles Racing on 254. 231 for Papa Smurf Racing with Automatic Racing moving ahead of PG Tips on 151 with PG Tips on 133. In the independents, it's Unforgiven that leads the way from Sarix in 2nd, Pash 3rd, Twerdy 4th and TY down in 5th place. So that is your overall results after round 4. So we come back from that then to a new winner in LPB Racing. It is Thundercats in the BMW. What a win there for Thunder in the number 96 car. There he is, we can see his car now. Fantastic race from Thunder, got out front, controlled the race, got out of the range of the draft. An absolute textbook race, and what a race to get your first win in a double points event. Well done to Thundercats. Okay guys, we will see you all next time for round 5 of the season, which will be at Dragon Trail Gardens. We will see you then over in Croatia for Dragon Trail. So all the best from LPB Racing, and we'll see you then. Take care. So as I said there, brilliant racing from Blue Moon Speedway. Don't forget to like and subscribe to LPB Racing if you enjoyed that race. And next time it's going to be round 5 of the season at Dragon Trail Gardens in Croatia. More action on the way and plenty of curb hopping in motion. We'll see you then.